What is good? What is good, my brothers and sisters? How are you guys doing today? Let me know how you guys traded. I really want to get to know you guys. Don't be a stranger to me. Reach out. I mean, I don't look at every single comment. I'm not gonna lie, because, but if the best way to get a hold of me, the best way to reach out to me, I love to hear from you. Send me a DM on Discord. I have a free Discord in my bio, completely free. I'm not selling anything. I probably will never sell anything. I don't want your money. If you want to talk to me, if you want to have a conversation with me, just click the link in my bio, or sorry, that sounds cringe. Click the link in the description. It's my free Discord. I'm not selling you anything. You don't have to join if you don't want to. I'm not forcing you, anyways. I do also live stream every single session. Every single session is a live stream. You guys probably know by now. But anyways, I appreciate the support. I really do, and this is just my process. This is my journey. I'm documenting my journey. This is my journey. This is my unique. This is my journey. I'm unique. Everyone's gonna have a different journey. Everyone's gonna have a different process. Don't compare your journey to my journey, and I'm not comparing my journey to someone else's. This is my unique journey, and I'm at whatever pace it takes. I just filmed the whole activated video. It'll be out later today. But anyways, if you trade like me, if you trade similar to me, I trade ICG concepts. Go ahead and if you do trade like me, give me some criticism, give me feedback of what I can improve on if you are further down the road for me. But if you don't trade like me, if you have a completely different system, different strategy, maybe you see someone in my mindset that's a little bit off, give me feedback as well. But if you don't trade like me and you're trying to give me advice on how I should trade, I wouldn't, because especially what I think in this industry and in this game is there's so many ways to navigate through this. There's so many different ways to trade. And if I'm constantly listening to like 8 different people that all have different strategies and different ways of trading, like, how am I really gonna grow if I'm listening to 8 different people that have 8 different things to say about my technicals? If I'm constantly trying to listen to 8 different people, I'm never gonna grow, because I'm listening to something from here and here and here and here and here and here. And honestly, I fully believe and I fully stand on the best way that you can learn, and the best way that's helped me grow is just to track my process. Journal. Oh, wrong thing. Journal. Journal. 100% journal. I definitely recommend. I use OneNote. I say it all the time. I use OneNote to journal. Shout out to Justin. I use OneNote, and it's honestly really improved my trading. This is now 1 month of officially journaling, and what I also want to talk about is, it's been 1 month. This honestly, this trade I took feels forever ago. It's only been 1 month, and just to see the progress that I've been able to make is insane. Is insane. And every month hopefully I level up, and every month hopefully I become a better trader, a better person, a better human overall. That's what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's what I am doing with these. But anyways, I did not trade today. We'll go over why. We'll go over what I could have done better today, what I did good today, and also ways that I can improve. If we're looking at why am I on Tesla? It always loads up as Tesla instead of ES. It's kind of annoying. But right when we open up, we come out with this news candle, and then ES wicks this and NQ does not. So right now, off this news candle, we have a bearish S&T, and at the highs, and we have all this liquidity down here. We have all this liquidity nestled down here. So I'm expecting us to run this, but we still do not want to run this. And part of the reason why I think that is maybe because of Nvidia. Maybe this is just me overreacting. Maybe this is just me just over speculating. But Nvidia went up 7%, and the market rallied today. I think it's a whole different story if Nvidia is red today. I really do. Well, obviously, but I think that Nvidia's strength is kind of what has been holding up the market. Maybe that's just me over speculating, but that's just what I think. Nvidia's just a whole different beast. I don't think, obviously, Nvidia, at some point we do have to put in a top. Whoa. Whoa, that was my video I'm uploading, right? But at some point, Nvidia does have to put in a top here, but I'm not here to predict when that happens. And obviously, time and price will align to where we do get this retracement into these lows and we finally do meet sell side. But I can't be overly bearish bias to be overly bearish bias. And I feel like that has been a struggle in my journey is I see that we have possible sell side of the curve. And then I get married to that. I got married to my bias again today. But also, I kind of didn't. We will go over exactly what I could have done better today. But right at open, we come up. And here, I actually want to replay this. Let's replay. Okay. I don't think I can replay two at once. So we'll just do NQ because I like trading NQ a little bit better. But right at open, we have this SMT. We have SMT divergence. ES is taking this high, but NQ has it. So I'm bearish. After we take buy side up here, and then we displace lower, we have this news candle. So I'm expecting the draw to be this low. And let's kind of just see what happens. Here, we'll go on the 1 minute. Yeah, maybe I need to do at least, I feel like I can do 10x. But we come down, sell side gets met, and this is when, like, obviously I'm expecting this low to get met, and right now I'm thinking like sells are the move, but this just doesn't look crystal clear. I don't really see an entry here. I don't even see an entry here to this low. We kind of do take buy side here, sweep internal, and this is what I want to get better at as well. We will go over that, is noticing the internal action that we're having instead of like being solely based on the external action, because we sweep a high, then we get displacement lower, and this could be a possible entry to this low if once we get that reaction. What even do I have marked out here? I don't know what that is. I think that's something later on. But anyways, once we get that sweep and then displacement lower, I should be looking to possibly short this to this low. And that's something I want to get better at, is recognizing the internal action. And after we sweep this low, we do end up displacing higher. And at this moment, I'm still looking for opportunities to short. Oh, we will look at the 5 minute. This is what I really like. We had a low, high, then lower low. We had this breaker unicorn setup that I was really looking to see if we were going to respect this to then sell off to this low and then this low. So I was a little bit overly bearish today, and I don't think that was a bad thing because I knew what I was looking for. But I didn't really adapt my bias very well today. But we're coming up to here, and I want to see us reject off of this. We have that breaker and then imbalance. So let's see what happens. We kind of make a move like we're going lower, and just notice this move is very impulsive. Like, we don't really put in a high. We don't really put in a low to where we can target. Like, this is just a fast move. And then we keep on respecting bullish PD arrays, bullish PD array, bullish PD array. And I don't necessarily really see an entry that I could have capitalized off to meet buy side here, especially since I am bearish on an entire time frame as well. I'm playing my bias here. Right now, we're coming within this. Oh, pause. I don't think this candle is formed yet, so. But we did play this 2 minute inverse. Well, but I'm not one to trade inverses. I don't think I should be trading inverse until I have enough knowledge at trading inverses and backtesting inverses, because sometimes, or most of the time, when I try to trade inverses, I end up getting chopped up, I end up getting trapped, and I end up not having a good trade just because I'm trying to trade inverse. But yeah, that inverse could have been a possibility on the 2 minute to meet buy side, but in my mind, I'm like, we're bearish here. I don't really love this. But this is just me marrying my bias. Like, after I see this big displacement move higher, I should be shifting to like, man, like, buyers are in clear control here. We have big displacement move, no clear prominent low. I should be looking to long this, really. And that 2 minute inverse would be a decent entry. And honestly, after this displacement move, this is probably when I would be looking for an entry. But we really never pull back to any sort of 1 minute imbalance until we meet high. And then we just keep on pumping. And we finally put in a high. And now I'm looking because we are in this 4 hour imbalance straight into equilibrium. Why do markets move? Hunt liquidity, rebalance to equilibrium, rebalance to inefficiency. We're rebalancing to equilibrium where in this inefficiency, in this 4 hour imbalance. So I'm really looking for shorts here, but I'm not going to take this off the 1 minute because why? Why would I take this off the 1 minute? There isn't enough here. This isn't a plus. I'm trading a 4 hour. I would be trading a 4 hour imbalance here. And I simply just want to see bearish imbalances get respected. As we see, we get one bearish imbalance respected there. And now we have a displacement finally through a low. But this is off the 1 minute. If I will take any short, we don't have any clear sell side level. There's no clear sell side level for me to target. So nothing looks crystal clear at this moment. Honestly, this wouldn't be like an awful short to target this low, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, this low gets met after displacing lower. I'm not a huge fan of this trade, but this actually doesn't look too bad. This actually does look like a possible short opportunity. Stop above this high, target this low. After we have rebalanced where to a 4 hour inefficiency. I just don't like this because it's a little bit too zoomed in on the 1 minute. But this actually doesn't look like a terrible trade and did end up working out today. So I didn't really even see this. But yeah, we come up into where this 1 minute imbalance and then we sell off to this low. I'm just taking what I'm confident in, and this, like, the more I look at this, the better it looks. Good risk reward on it too. But I'm just not a huge fan just because we are in a 4 hour imbalance. If I'm trading off of a 1 minute, we also do have a 5 minute imbalance here. We also are respecting a 5 minute. That's also off the 5 minute imbalance. So that doesn't look too bad. And also one thing, like, look at how many boxes I have on my chart. Granted, I did just put this in, but I kind of do have a lot of boxes. And we just keep on kind of selling. And at this point, this is when we have that 10-year bond auction. So I'm not looking to take anything. If we go to the 5 minute and 15 minute, we have another unicorn setup. We have a breaker, a high, a low, a higher high, and then we have a fair value gap. So I'm really looking at this area because this is an area to where we're either going to come back to this high or we are going to displace below this low. And since me being bearish on the day and all this resting sell side, I really want us to displace below this lows, use this as inverse, and then maybe give me this entry to target this news low. And then if I would have a runner to that external low. But this was an area where I was looking to see because we have news. And I was honestly expecting the news to be a lot different than it was. I was expecting a bigger reaction off of this. But we didn't really react very, very much off of this. Like, it was very... Yeah, news gets released like right around here. And like we don't really get a move here. We're within this 5 minute, 15 minute imbalances. This is a high confluence area. Ooh, let's see as well. This doesn't look like equilibrium, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, did we actually ever rebalance to equilibrium? I think we do make another low. Or no, we leave these equal lows. So right now we put equal lows in. I'm not really looking for anything right now. And then that's when we get this displacement higher. And as well, I'm looking at all this low resistance liquidity. This looks like buy side of the curve. This is clear buy side of the curve. And this is what I do need to get better at. We are rebalancing where? Into a 15-minute imbalance, a unicorn setup. I can expect to see price to react here. We now have all this generated sell side or buy side. We have this generated buy side that we have here. We now have a high. This is clear buy side of the curve. And I actually do look to enter here. I didn't trade at all today, by the way. I never really said that, but I did not take a trade today. And then this is when we put in a low. We come back where? Into this 5 minute imbalance. I feel like maybe I was just trying to snipe it a little bit too much, but I'm not mad about being too picky today. I was really very picky, and the fact that I did adjust my bias today and I was now looking for longs isn't bad. Because we come back in that 5 minute imbalance right here. And this would have been the entry off the 5 minute. I feel like not all my entries need to be off the 1 minute as well. like just because I'm on the 1 minute trying to get the best entry. If the model looks good on the 5 minute, like this looks pretty clean on the 5 minute. Now we have displacement up. Enter in off the 5 minute imbalance. Put your stop where? At the low. Take the. That honestly isn't the best. I don't like having this stop all the way down here. Maybe put your stop here. But I don't really need this big of a move. I don't need this big of a move. But this does look decent. Let's go to like the 3 minute or anything like that. Ooh, this does look a lot better on the 3 minute. Yeah, this does look a lot better off the 3 minute. And the 2 minute. But this is where I was now looking for entry. After we got displacement up, I was looking for this fair value gap to get revisited. And I wanted to see a stop rate at this low before then heading higher. And I was very picky about this. I really wanted to see this because we would probably be forming an SMT as well, which wouldn't be. I don't want to like always be looking like, hey man, bro, you just made an SMT. I don't want to be doing that because that's kind of what I do. I like look at like the little thing and I'm like, hey guys, this is an SMT. When depicting my bias straight off at SMT is not going to make me a better trader. But like say now we want to be bullish, or like say we do have a place where we can get an SMT and then we cause that reaction. This is then when I can mark out that SMT. But like when I am in a trade and I just have like SMTs on my chart all the time, that's not gonna make me better. If I have a SMT marked out before then we make that reaction, that's what I've been doing recently. But I really wanted us to come back and take this low, and then I was looking for someone like this. I was looking for someone like this, and like I'm totally okay with this. I'm totally fine with this by being picky and by looking for this to happen before I can enter a trade. But at the same time, this does look like a clear buy side of the curve, and we kind of just end up running. We come back like we are going to, and we never just take that low. So I would have been looking for this low get met, then displacement up, then take that imbalance. But even here, after we get that displacement up, I was just very picky today. And that isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I'm not mad, like I'm not mad about being picky. Think about it. If I'm staying disciplined, but what I can't do, like I was saying yesterday, is being picky like 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, and then all of a sudden not being picky at all. That is where I've struggled within my journey, but we do end up taking buy side and then completing buy side of this curve. But this actually does look very clean. I just would have liked to see more here. And this is just me being very picky. Because I was expecting this to be the turtle soup. But we never ended up doing that. And that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes I don't need to be like if I'm not getting the best possible risk to reward, why should I even be in the trade? And then we end up meeting buy side, and then this is kind of where I kind of hopped off the charts, kind of ended my sessions, but we do end up getting displacement lower, and I was really looking at this imbalance. Are we going to run this? Yeah, so we ran the bearish imbalance, so I'm like, yo, I'm just going to hop off. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go for my run. I don't really expect anything. Why? Because the draw has already been taken. But yeah, that's kind of the action that we had today. I could have done a little bit better at, like maybe switching bias here, but I wouldn't really have even taken this. And what I want to get better at is, like, not every entry I take has to be off the 1 minute. Not every entry I have to take has to be off the 1 minute. And that's kind of where I get caught up. But we're going to remove the drawings, and we're just going to look at the charts from a fresh perspective. So as we see, I've kind of come up, we have taken a high. We now have all this resting sell side down here. Sell side liquidity. I'm expecting these lows all get met within one move. This is all low resistance. We're now building, all the buyers that are in long here are now resting their stops here. And I think that we could get a move back up here once we break this imbalance to the highs again, and then maybe start to see sell side of the curve. But maybe I'm just a little bit too antsy to get on sell side of the curve just because we have met these equal lows. And just because we have equal lows, just because we have relative equal lows, doesn't mean we are going to hunt those now. Does not mean that we are going to go there right now. And just because I have a bias, I have equal lows, I can't get too caught up in that. I can't get too caught up in that fact that we have equal lows. Let's look at ES. ES looks a lot more bullish. ES does look a lot more bullish since we're this close to taking this high. I honestly don't see a reason why we wouldn't take this high, but we never know. We do have a 1 hour imbalance. That's kind of a big imbalance. We also are within this order block. What if we do start to displace lower? We do have all this low resistance liquidity, so I think that we will get a good setup within the rest of the week. I do think we're either going to go up to buy side, take buy side again, and then start sell side of this curve, or we are going to get sell side of the curve now. But I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush for this. I'm not in a rush. Like that's kind of who I am as a person as well. Like I'm in no rush to get this. I'm in no rush to become a profitable trader. I'm in no rush. I care about the process. I care about the process. Am I showing up? Do I have good risk? And am I sticking to my plan? Am I looking at the market correctly? Am I fixing my mistakes? But if I'm worrying about the results, if I'm worrying about the P&L I have every day, every week, every month, like it's just a month in the market, bro. I really want to become a trader for what, 10, 30 years? I don't want to be a trader for a month, a week. So why am I worrying about the results that I'm getting on a week-to-week basis? I need to be worrying about the process a lot more. Am I showing up? Am I adjusting? Am I fixing my mistakes? Most importantly, am I learning from mistakes in the past, or am I kind of brushing them aside? And am I becoming a better trader? Am I showing up every day? Or am I kind of going in the markets and still making and repeating the same mistakes over and over again? Because that's what I was doing in the past, and I never learned from that. And I never grew. I stayed the same because I wasn't adjusting my mistakes. I wasn't actually fixing them. I would just push them aside, and I wouldn't really think much of it. But this could be an area where if we do reject off of this imbalance to where, yeah, we kind of have peaked above it, but like market's not going to be 100% accurate. Like we could end up doing something like this and then having a fair value gap, getting displacement lower, but I'm not expecting it. I need to see how we show up to the market tomorrow. I need to see, but I am expecting us to have a good setup going within the rest of the week. I'm being patient. You're going to be successful, bro. I respect the grind. I've been at this for 3 years on and off. I was on BS for the first 2 years to an account. I finally started locking. Hey, thank you, bro. And like we're gonna lock in together and like do this with me, bro. Show up and learn from your mistakes and journal. I spent a whole year of my trading career half-assing this process and not really getting better, focusing on the results, focusing on the money that I was making, focusing on the potential of making money and of seeing green and of making like $1,000 just because people were flashing their wins. So I thought that, hey man, if they're doing this, I can do this. And I was constantly worrying about the money and the result that I was getting. But what should I have been doing that whole time? I should have been trying to get better. I wasn't actually trying to get better. I was just focused on if my P&L was green or red. And that's where a lot of traders go wrong, in my opinion, is they focus on the P&L rather than what are you doing to get better? Are you getting better today? Are you getting 1% better every day? Because trading isn't just a charge. Trading isn't just showing up and putting on a trade and executing a trade. Trading is more than that. Are you staying disciplined to your rules? Do you have rules in place, and are you staying true to them? And my rules might not be your rules. Say we're completely different people. My rules are going to be completely different than your rules. My trades are going to be a little bit different than your trades, even if we trade the same exact system, because we're different people. We view the market a little bit different. And if anyone clowns on you for not taking a trade, if anyone clowns on you and says that your way of trading is not the right way, then like they don't even know you. Like there's anyone can come in the market and make money. Anyone can come in the market and create their own system and become successful with it. Like look at any profitable trader, they probably don't have the same exact system. Because we're all different people. We all have different experiences. We all go through things a little bit different. We all learn at completely different rates, and we all learn completely different stuff. Which is why you should never, ever compare yourself to me or anyone else you see on social media. Never. Never compare, like especially social media. Never compare yourself to anyone you see on social media. I don't care who it is. Never compare yourself to anyone on social media. And that goes outside of trading as well, because social media, what is it? So what is social media? It's a deception. No one's going to post bad things about their life. No one's going to post them at their lowest. They really aren't. No one is. They're going to show you the best parts of their reality, and that's how social media is. You're going to choose the best picture to post. You're going to choose the best version of yourself to post and project out into the world, because you're really trying to you're not trying to deceive people, but you're trying to make yourself look good. Like, the whole part and thing about social media is to try to make your life look better than it is. And that's what a lot of social media is. I'm not saying 100% of it is, because especially that's where I'm trying to get better at, is just to be transparent and show everything within this process, everything within my journey. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. I'm not trying to act on here and come on here like I've been this trader forever. I'm just truly documenting my journey. That's all I'm doing. So what other people are going to do is they're going to try to give you this false hope, false reality. They're going to show you flashy cars. They're going to show them being successful. And yeah, you can use that as motivation, bro. But like realistically, no one's going to come on social media and be like, man, bro, I just lost this account. Be like, no, that's not how it's how it's going to be. And if they do, like, you're probably not going to see it. And you're probably going to be like, man, this dude's a bum. Let's get on with our day. But anyways, enough with the yapping. But anyways, my bias going today was correct. 100% what I need to get better at, mistakes I'm still making, is being completely married to a bias. So this whole time, even right here, I've been bearish bias. I've been bearish bias until here, and that just isn't the case. Although we do have displacement lower, I can't be stuck on the fact that we do have equal lows. Just because we have equal lows does not mean we're going to visit them within the next 5 minutes. Does not mean we're going to visit these within the next day. Yes, this will be a magnet later on, and we will visit this at some point in time. But as a trader, especially if I'm taking trades off the 1 minute, I don't care if we take these today, but I can't be overly biased towards one side just because we have equal lows. Oh, yes, this does look nice. We have displacement lower, but maybe we want to take this high one more time, accumulate within this range a little bit more before then taking this low. And like, just keep in mind, y'all, let's just look at the daily chart. This is just chop. This is just chop. And this is also what I've been saying for the longest time. Or at least this is kind of my mindset with the whole thing, is like, there's no need to rush my trading career and my trading process when the daily chart is looking like this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My bad, yo. I wasn't even showing my screen. But yeah, just because I do that so much. But just because we have equal lows down here does not mean the market's going to come down and take them. It's not me. But like, I've been saying this forever. I've been saying this a lot. I'm in no worries to rush my trading career when the daily chart is looking like this. When the daily chart is looking like this, when it's straight chop, when we are in all-time highs, like, we're not going to be in all-time highs forever. So there's no reason to like blow my money, blow my account, like lose false conviction or gain false conviction, and kind of rush the process, rush what I'm doing when the daily chart's looking like this, as to where it possibly looks like this. We're rebalancing where probably to the daily fair value gap or weekly fair value gap. We get displacement up, clear draw here. But I don't really have that here. But once we do start to see this move lower, which who knows, we might get, oops, my bad. We might get something like this to where we rally higher, and we might stay in this range forever. Like, market's gonna do whatever it wants, but once we do displace lower, that's when y'all see me. That's when I'll be popping off. That's when all the haters are gonna get like. I don't really care about that, but that's when I will start to be on a funded account. That's when I will start to be on my live account, because like, if I journal I'm new to this game. So why am I rushing this? I'm not worried about how long it's gonna take. I'm here at whatever pace it takes. And the moment I try to rush this process, and the moment I try to rush my journey, like, what am I doing? I'm digging my hole for myself. I'm just gonna be digging a hole. But yeah, I had a bearish bias. Was it correct? No. I'm too overly biased just because we have equal lows. Just because you have relative equal lows does not mean, just because we have generate sell side does not mean that we're going to take it today. Like, notice what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA is just straight up. Once we do start to displace lower, then I will get that. Then I will get a good trade targeting this external drop. Trades that I took, I did not take any trades today. I have not taken any trades. The last time I traded was Thursday, and it wasn't a good trade. I shouldn't have even traded that day. But all I'm saying is that when I show up every single day, like, although there is opportunity, people can trade this, but why rush it? Why be like, man, I should have traded today. There was a possible trade. Man, you should have seen this. No, that's not how I'm thinking. That's not how I'm approaching this. That's how I was approaching it. But no, I'm not doing that anymore. Just because there's a possible trade that could have made me money today or could have made me my demo profits, like, I don't care. I simply don't care. That's what I'm bugging. Possible setups that I missed. We did have that. What was it? It was to news low, right? Was it on ES actually? Yeah, it was on ES. Was it? Or was this short I was talking about? Oh, I think it was later in the day. Yeah, it was up here to this low. It was up here to this low. Yeah, I trade ICT. If you look up Justin Werling on YouTube, I'll pull it up. This is who I've learned most of my information from, and I used to. But yeah, look up Justin Werling on YouTube. This is where I learn a lot of my information from. This is where I gain a lot of my information from, and I trade like him. I would recommend, if you do trade ICT concepts. I will say the only thing that I would say is that there are times when he does trade like the 15-second, 30-second time frame, and I think if you're starting out, I don't think that you should be looking at that. But I love all his stuff. Great guy, great person. He has like a bunch of free stuff, so I would check him out. But yeah, I do trade ICT. What I did outside the markets to improve today? Ran. Oh, what did I do good today? Not forcing a setup, not forcing a trade when it's not there, not forcing my process, not rushing it. Like, I'm in no need to rush this. If the opportunity isn't there, then it's not there. What could I have done better though? Adjust my bias. We're not even adjust my bias, but don't get married to my bias. I'm still getting married to my bias, and just because we have these equal lows, like, market's gonna tell me when we want to catch those lows. Here, we're gonna add mistakes made 3/12. Again, no critical mistakes. I didn't make any critical mistakes. Although I need to get better at observing the data. Better at observing data. What to work on. Observing data. What else did I write here that I could also work on? Observing data. Potential entries on higher time frames. Like, not every one of my entries has to be off the 1 minute, and although that's when I am going to get the best entry off the 1 minute, and that's what I will like to take an entry off of, I don't need to be always looking at the 1 minute at where I could enter. But potential entries on higher time frames, observing data, noticing block, noticing ES more. Let's see, what did I say? But like, everything was good today. I was patient, sticking to my. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna take it. If it's not done clear, I'm not gonna take it. Okay. All right. Anything else? What I did outside the markets to improve again, run. This, go to the gym, like same day every day. My life is the same thing every single day. I would say that it's literally the same thing every day except on weekends where I'm not live trading. But I do want to start on Saturdays or potentially Sundays. Probably Saturday nights is when, or the Saturdays are like this time is when we'll do weekly recaps, and I want to go over the whole week, where I went wrong throughout the whole week, kind of analyzing the whole week, kind of dropping down to when I could have seen trades. It's going to be like me analyzing the whole week and also what I want to go into the next day. So it would pretty much just be the same as this, but analyzing the week as a whole instead of the day. Bias going into tomorrow. I want to see. I'm now bullish. On ES. ES just is way too close to buy side, but I would expect. It depends on how overnight session, but since we're already so close to this high, I think that we are gonna take this high. Like I don't see us not taking that high. But on NQ, I'm very interested to see how we react off this 4-minute imbalance. 4 hour, not 4 minute. 4 hour imbalance. Do we actually start to reject this, or are we gonna just straddling within here, and do we break above this? If we break above it, we'll probably run on this high. Notice that we could form a possible SMT if ES takes this high. We could form a possible SMT. ES could take this high up here, NQ could not. And that could spark the move lower to take all these lows. But who knows? Market's very bullish. Let's just look at NVIDIA. I actually deleted video, but NVIDIA is just a tank. NVIDIA is just a tank. NVIDIA is just going for whatever it wants. And what should I be doing but I'm not doing? Analyzing what is in front of me and not being too married to bias. Those are the two things I want to improve on going into tomorrow, and I need to get better at. Is what is happening right now? What is the market doing right now? What information is being depicted at me? And also look at those higher time. I was looking at the 15-minute a lot more. I was paying attention and respecting the 15-minute and hourly candles a lot more. And I was looking at what the higher times were doing a lot more than I have in the past. But I need to be looking at what the data is showing me, and also looking more at the 5-minute instead of the 1 minute, because like if it's showing me on the 5-minute, then I can drop down the 1 minute. But I do not want to spend most of my time of the day on the 1 minute, although the 1 minute is where I do like to take my entries, and 1 minute is probably when I'll get the best entries. I can't just be always on the 1 minute. Again, was there a turtle soup setup? I was anticipating a turtle soup setup, taking that low, having a stop rate, then displacement higher. That would have been the turtle soup, but there wasn't really a turtle soup setup, and I didn't really see any of that. But yeah, this is great. This is awesome. Mistakes I made, and also if you guys don't know, I might be working on this to where I start teaching, which this isn't for me to get on here and try to teach. I'm not in a position to where I can teach, but I really think you do learn the best is when you teach other people. When you're able to teach and explain what you're looking for, that's when I think you'd be. And at least if I have like models set and depicted here to where I have like, what is a turtle soup? Say I want to enter a turtle soup setup. I'll look at this. Does this look familiar? If it does, yes. Then I'll have like, oh, this is what a turtle soup looks like. Then I can look at what the chart's depicting me. Like, oh, this is what. This isn't very clean market maker buy model. I'm not. This is a very clean market maker sell model. But what like. This is when then I can be like, hey, this is what the market's showing me. This is what we're looking at. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else. I might get on here and yap for a little bit just because I feel like it. But like I've been saying, I'm not rushing the process. I'm not rushing the process. I'm not rushing the process at all. I'm going my own pace. I'm playing my own game. And whatever pace it takes is whatever pace it takes. Like, 1 week is not going to define my journey. 1 week is not going to define me. One day is not going to make or break my career. If you think about it, like, I'm not trying to be a trader for 1 week. I'm not trying to be a trader for 1 month. I'm trying to be a trader for at least 20 years, where I would say at least 10 years. I mean, who knows what the future will be, but I'm not going to be a trader for what, 1 week? No, that's not what I'm going to be. I'm going to show up to the market every single day. I'm going to get better, and I'm going to see how I can get better and see what the market's showing me. I'm in no rush. I'm in no worry to get it now. I'm no worry to get it within the next week. I don't need it like that. A lot of people, or I'm gonna say a lot of people, but I used to. I used to want to get it quick. I used to want this so bad. I used to try to rush the process. What did I end up doing? I ended up blowing account after account after account and building bad habits. But if you try to rush the process, you're only pushing yourself back, because what are you doing? You're constantly worrying about the results. Once you worry about the results, once you're always looking at the results, always looking at your P&L, hey, did I do good or bad today? That's really when you're playing in dangerous territory, is when you're always looking at the results. I don't care about what the results do on a day-to-day basis. I care about, am I getting better? Am I practicing good habits? Am I actually showing up? Am I sticking to the process, or am I simply just looking at the results and looking at what my P&L does on a day-to-day basis? But I don't care about that anymore. I'm not here. That's really not what's going to make me a better trader. And I can have a green P&L at the end of the day, and I could have done completely bad things. I could have had bad habits. I could have formed bad habits, and I could have just like full ported my account, and I could have been green on the day. That doesn't mean anything. But what's really going to make me a better trader is showing up every single day and getting better. Getting better, journaling. What did I do right today? What did I do wrong today? How can I get better? How can I improve from this? What can I do better to avoid making this mistake, and what could I have done better to seeing this at the time? Are working and trying to watch? LOL. You're at work right now? If so, that's insane. Cause I used to be that guy who I would show up to the markets at I would wake up, jump out of my bed, hop straight on the markets, and instantly try to take a trade, just coming off of a night shift. I just came off a night shift, and I woke up right when market opens, and I'm trying to put on a trade without even looking at what the markets were doing beforehand. I didn't even know what the news was. I didn't even know that news was the thing. I would hop right on the markets. I would take a trade. I would over leverage far more than I should have ever been risking, just because I want to be in a trade. I want to get that dopamine hit, dopamine of being in a trade and seeing green P&L. But that's not who I am anymore. I show up, I wake up early, I become prepared. I come in the markets prepared. I know exactly what I'm looking for, and if it's not exactly what I want to see, then I won't take it. If it's not exactly what I want, then I won't take it. I'm going to be starting to being a lot more picky. Like, yeah, I think that there can be times when I can put on a trade with a little lower size, but right now I'm really only trading one contract, to where I don't really have I can't really put on lower size unless I'm trading through a funded account, which I might look into, which I might start to trade a funded account, but right now I'm in no position to where I should be in a funded account. Like, if we just pay attention to, like, I've been doing this for a month. I've been consistently journaling for a month now on OneNote, and this has been a lot better. I like this a lot better. But just look at, like, I I shouldn't even be taking these trades. Like, these are trades where I shouldn't have been taking. This trade actually does look decent. This trade does look decent, but maybe a stop rate after that displacement up. But, like, I feel like this is kind of just too much on my chart. I'm kind of looking at the chop a lot. But yeah, a lot can change in 1 month. You're fully capable of, and you can easily change your life within 1 month. 1 month is a sustained period of time to when you can change everything. You can change everything. You can change your habits. You can change your lifestyle within 1 month. And so that, meaning that every day counts. Every day matters. Showing up to the market and not giving your all every day, and doing things that is not giving your all every single day, like, those days add up. Those days stack up. Every day stacks up. Every day matters. How are you approaching every single day? Are you giving your all every day, or are you slacking? Do you know that you're spending notice yourself and be critical with yourself as well. Myself, I need to be more critical of myself. Like, what am I really doing in this moment? I got to be thinking about what I'm constantly doing. What am I looking at in the markets right now? Anyways, I don't really have a whole lot else. We'll be back tomorrow at market opens. And yeah, we're going to see how we open up tomorrow. And that's kind of when the bias will get corrected. But today is day 12 of this journey. Today is day 12 of the transformation. I'll see you guys for day 13 or my live stream. But anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate the support. I just appreciate the love. And I appreciate you guys following along with me on this journey. Like, who knows? There could be trading day, my trading transformation day 1,000. That'd be sick. I kind of want to get on that level to where I am like that. Day trading transformation day 1,000. Like, I'm in no need to quit, and I'm not going to quit anytime soon.